Rosie, falafel is one of those late night snacks or anytime snacks. You know when you're walking home from a movie or you've been out for dinner and you're thinking, I'm still a little bit hungry? It's one of those great things. They put the falafel in the pita bread, wrap it up with some stuff. I'm going to show you a great way of doing falafel. I'm going to spice it up with some prawns, but I'm also going to make some really nice tabbouleh to go with it. Now, what I need to start with is, of course, some couscous, and I'm going to get a cup of couscous and pop it into the bowl. Rosie, grab some extra virgin olive oil over there.
Got it.
And what I want you to do is squirt some extra virgin olive oil into the couscous. Here's my little trick to make sure you get some flavour into the couscous, which is really important. A little bit of salt in there as well. And what we do with it is just mix it around nice and gently. What you want to do is coat the couscous in the olive oil so it gets some lovely flavour. Now, if you wanted to use some ghee, you can do that as well. And often when I make couscous at home, I might have a little bit of stock. I'll put that into the couscous as well.
That's lovely. It just soaks it out, doesn't it?
Now, I've got a cup of couscous in here, and the measurement you use is a cup and a quarter of hot water or hot liquid that you want to put in there. You can even do it with a little bit of wine if you want as well.
Yep.
So 1 to 1 1/4, and I'll just stir that around to make sure that liquid's in there. Now, normally we would just cover it with cling film or we'd put it into a plastic container. Yep. But here's my little thing to try and save the environment. Richo's little tip.
Like it.
I just pop a plate on top. Reusable, washable, recyclable, the whole box and dice. And the thing about couscous is you can pop it there. 5 minutes later, we just fork it together and it's ready to go.
So easy. I always have some because it's just the simplest thing to do.
It is, isn't it? You know,
so simple.
Why wouldn't you have it? Now, to make the falafel, it's a really easy thing to do, but you really should start the day beforehand, especially the way I make it. I've got a bowl here, and in the bowl here, I've got some broad beans, and these are dried broad beans. You see they've got the skin on it. Usually when you make the falafel, you would actually get the split ones, and the trick is to soak them overnight in plenty of cold water. Get a large bowl, put the dried chickpeas and the dried broad beans into the bowl, put plenty of water into it, pop it into the fridge. When you come back the next day, it's all swelled up and soaked up all that liquid and is nice and soft and ready to go.
Again, very easy.
Exactly. You can use tinned chickpeas as well, but they don't come out quite as well. Yeah. So Rosie, pop that into the Maggi mix. This is my recipe for making falafel, and I made this up with a mate of mine, Kurt. In goes the onions, 1 whole red onion. I've got some spring onions here. Give them a rough chop like that. They go in there as well. 5 cloves of garlic, and I'll just chop them up a little bit. That just helps the blades get into it. And some chilli. I love chilli, and I've got a little red and a green chilli here. These are hot chilli, so if you want to feed the falafel to the kids, we'll maybe pull back on the chilli, or
we don't
add any at all. Yeah. Coriander, just give that a rough chop there. About a bunch of coriander goes in there. And Rosie, I've got some cumin and some coriander that's been ground. If you want to, you can toast the cumin and coriander. That gives them a great flavour. You can use the whole seeds, toast them and then grind them up yourself. But we're just going to pop it in straight like that. I'm also going to grab some salt, a nice amount of salt, because the falafel needs to have a lovely flavour. That's going to go in there. Now, Rosie, you're going to pop the lid on that. We're going to get it whirling around till it all blends together. And once it's just about there, I've got these prawns here. And this is what makes it luscious. These beautiful Australian prawns, I've taken the shells off them, deveined them. We're just going to pop them through just at the last minute or so they chop up a little bit and go all the way through the falafel.
Brilliant.
Delicious. Off we go. Rosie, you can see the mix is it's actually quite moist, and I like that because it actually means the falafel, when you bite into it, is nice and flavoursome and juicy on the inside. Yeah. We're going to make the tabbouleh salad, and I'll just show you the couscous. It's come together really well.
Oh, fluffed up beautifully.
Exactly, and you just fluff it up like this with a fork, and it comes up beautifully. And putting the olive oil and the salt and pepper on it just gives it a really nice flavour, and it's quick and easy to do. Now, I'm just going to pop that in here, and we're just going to hot load it. Rosie, I've got here a plate. I've got some spring onions, some parsley, because tabbouleh is basically a parsley salad, so you're going to have mostly parsley. But I've gone a little bit kinky. I've put some rocket in there as well, red onion and tomato. If you can slide it all in there. And then lots and lots of lemon juice, extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper, and then mix it all around. For me, tabbouleh salad is almost a meal on its own. I can eat it for hours. And if you're ever feeling a little bit poorly, you know, you're feeling like a little bit run down, or maybe there's a flu coming on, this is a great salad to eat because it's got lots of vitamin C in it.
Get those herbs in there.
Exactly, and gets you going again. Now, over here, Rosie, this is a little device I picked up in the Middle Eastern
I was
store.
wondering what that was, yeah.
Just near me, you know. What it is a little spring-loaded attachment for making falafel, and this is what you see the guys or the girls in the falafel stores making. Now, you just got to grab the falafel mixture by hand, you pull the little lever down so it makes a little pocket for it, and you just go around like this with your hand till you get a little bit of a cone shaped on top of it. And then all you need to do is pop this into the oil by releasing the little spring. Make sure you come down nice and close to the oil, into the oil like that, and then shake it off and it just slides off nice and easily. I'm going to throw a whole lot of our falafel in here so we can have a little feast on prawn falafel with tabbouleh salad. Okay, Rosie, last couple there. There's a few more bubbling away. Look great, don't they?
They look brilliant. They really do. They've made quite a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a small amount of mixture, and I suppose if you don't add the prawns to it, it's a list of cheap ingredients, so it's really easy to put together. Now, I've got some yogurt here, and this is Lubna. So basically, I hung the yogurt in a bit of cheesecloth, some tea towel, or some chucks, let it hang over a bowl for a couple of days. It drains away, and you get a nice, thick little cheese there. There we go. A little bit of salt on top there, and we're just going to pop a few of these falafels down the side here. And you've done a great job of that tabbouleh as well.
Gorgeous.
Look at that. Pop some of the tabbouleh on the side there. And this is a meal that you can pop down in front of anyone. There we go, a little bit of lemon wedge to squeeze on top. And I've got this, is this sumac?
Yeah,
which is a Middle Eastern spice, very lemony in flavour. And you just sprinkle a little bit over the top like that. And then, of course, maybe a little drizzle of olive oil, because we're there anyway. We might as well just go all the way.
Absolutely, I agree.
Extra virgin olive oil over the top.
That is beautiful. I don't even want to tuck in. Well, I do want to tuck in. It looks so stunning.
Well, I'm just going to rip open the...
Oh, I'm going to get into that tabbouleh here.
You can see the falafel's cooked all the way through. Little chunks of prawn in there as well. I'm just going to dip it straight into the labna.
Happy days. I mean, the tabbouleh is absolutely gorgeous. It's soaked up that lemon as well as the olive oil. There's so much good nutrition happening in there as well.
Rosie, this is a really simple way of putting together a great tasting meal using chickpeas. Easy, isn't it?
Absolutely love it.
Delicious.